It's the bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood on My Country 96.1.
All right, we start with a poll on a site called YouGov where Nashville was rated America's favorite city by a lot of people who got to vote on this. And what's interesting is for people who have visited the actual cities that were voted on, Charlotte, North Carolina, beat out Nashville. But Nashville won on the regular poll of whether you've been to Nashville or not. What's your favorite city? Nashville was number one. Hardy was in Iowa, was at a local restaurant, heard a story about a local server who was kind of having some rough times, but was a big fan and invited him to the show, had him backstage, had him on stage. Pretty cool. Hardy, definitely down to earth. Yesterday, Ozzy Osbourne passed away, and I almost didn't believe the news. I was on the phone with our midday guy, Murph Dog, our early afternoon drive guy, Murph, who's on right before Jay Letterman, and he said, hey, I just got breaking news, and I hadn't seen anything on my phone. And I didn't believe him for a second. I checked TMZ, it wasn't there, and then I clicked again, it was there, and just a remarkable day yesterday, kind of thinking about the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, 76, who was surrounded by his very close family and a couple of friends 17 days after the concert that he put on with Black Sabbath, and then, of course, his solo stuff, and it was incredible. And by the way, we said the other day they're turning that into a concert film. I watched it with DJ Deuce at his place, and it was really awesome. Ozzy was singing incredible, looked pretty good, relatively speaking. Couple of things on that. There had been many interviews over the years, and even chatter recently, about a pact that Ozzy and Sharon had, that if one of them got too sick, they would look into assisted suicide. Now, we do not know the details of the passing. All we know is the joint statement that everybody released saying he was surrounded by all his family and friends, and they said goodbye. So that's not really being talked about a lot, as I don't think it really needs to be. It's more so the prime figure of heavy metal, the guy who influenced all the hard rock heavy metal bands of today. He was that guy. There is no other. Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath began that hard rock movement. And Ozzy himself, many times in a video, especially when he first met Paul McCartney, said the Beatles and Paul McCartney influenced him. And then Ozzy Osbourne, was credited with influencing a generation, multiple generations of hard rock and heavy metal for always and forever. Will be the number one person in that position. He did have a lot of health issues, Parkinson's, an ATV accident from 2003 really messed him up, re-injured his neck in 2019. As you know, it wasn't just the music. He also reinvented reality TV with his show, with his family. And you might not have known, it wasn't just Sharon, Kelly, and Jack. He had a daughter, Amy, who decided not to be on the show, but I think she was on once, briefly, maybe. He also had a son a lot of people didn't know about, another adopted son, and another daughter that is not spoken about very much. But any way you cut it, a lot of tributes yesterday for Ozzy Osbourne. 76, he passes away. In other news, Selma Hayek and Angelina Jolie, very good friends, have worked together on a bunch of films. They were flying commercial from Mexico City to Veracruz, and they were just there in the airport taking some pictures with folks and just boarding the plane on the jet bridge, or, just walking on the plane. A lot of pictures. And, pretty cool, the two of them flying commercial. That would be fun to see. Get on your plane and see them on there. Dakota and Elle Fanning will be in a movie together for the very first time, and they will play sisters in 2027. It's called The Nightingale, or it's based on the novel The Nightingale, but I'm not sure if that's the exact title. First time together for the Fanning sisters. And 85-year-old Tom Jones had to cancel a show in Germany due to illness. TV tonight, ABC Season 4 of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Match Game Season 6, and Comedy Central with the 27th season premiere of South Park. There you have it, your bald and the beautiful entertainment, everything from Nashville to Hollywood. We're looking at a gorgeous day. The Hump Day Hoedown, Dublin Deck, going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got a ton of tickets on the Wheel of Prizes, including Chris Stapleton for The Garden this weekend. We've got your tickets tonight, a bunch of them, at least 5 or 6 pair, plus a ton of other concerts. Southbound performs, DJ Salty Jim, and a beautiful night. 80, gorgeous, sunshine. Phathead and Cande, My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.